arrogantly pointing at me and my family, he demanded to be moved to another car, claiming he didn't want to share the space with a child. The attendant explained there were no available seats, but the young man began making unreasonable demands. He warned the attendant that if he couldn't be moved, the train shouldn't depart at all. The attendant looked at me helplessly, and I immediately responded, "This seat was purchased with my own money. Besides, my daughter hasn't made a single sound since boarding. If you really can't stand it, you can pay extra to upgrade to a business class seat." Other passengers voiced their support after hearing this, but the young man retorted that his girlfriend was the wealthiest person in the city and threatened them into silence. I was stunned when I heard this because the girlfriend he mentioned was actually my wife. Trying to calm myself, I reassured myself that it must all be a misunderstanding and decided to ignore him. Seeing my reaction, the young man finally stopped making a scene, put on an eye mask, and settled down to rest. However, when the train stopped at a transfer station, a child who had just boarded made some noise. The young man angrily removed his eye mask and immediately accused my daughter. I told him to show some respect, explaining that the noise wasn't from my daughter, but he persisted, acting as if he were the victim. He then called his girlfriend, and soon I heard a familiar voice through the phone, my wife gently comforting him and saying she would teach that naughty child a lesson. Hearing this, I felt a wave of grief and anger. The commotion soon attracted the attendant again. The young man immediately accused my daughter of being noisy the entire trip and disturbing everyone's rest. Other passengers, unaware of the truth, also began blaming my daughter. My daughter seemed to sense the tense atmosphere, and to spare her any distress, I agreed to move to another car. It was then that my mother noticed the young man secretly uploading a video of the incident online. Furious, I demanded he delete it, but he acted as if he were some kind of righteous crusader and refused. I decided to call the police immediately, as he had
But first, if a zombie apocalypse started tonight, which animal would protect you? This animal? Ignore. Tiger. Leave a like. This shadow wolf. Subscribe. Scary gorilla. Leave a comment and a heart. Cosmic Godzilla. Do everything and
violated my portrait rights, but before I could, the young man threw a punch at my face. In an effort to protect me, my daughter angrily pushed him away, but her hearing aid fell to the ground in the process. It was only then that everyone realized my daughter was deaf and mute. How could she possibly have been disturbing them? The attendant scolded him for fighting on the train, but he arrogantly brought up his girlfriend again, even threatening to have the attendant fired. I snatched the phone from him in a rage, deleted the video, and gave him a piece of my mind. He called his girlfriend for help again, and she said she was on her way. Just then, the attendant announced that the train was about to depart, but he stubbornly refused to let the train leave, and even pressed the emergency brake button. Soon, the train conductor arrived, and railway police quickly arrested the young man. I mocked him for being utterly ignorant of the law. At that moment, my wife arrived, just as she was about to use her influence to order the conductor to release her boyfriend. She suddenly noticed me standing nearby. Her face instantly turned pale. She immediately begged for my forgiveness and proclaimed her love for me, but some actions cannot be undone. I contacted